What's the good word, Jets fans? It's your boy DKB here. Aaron Rodgers may return next year. There's been a lot of rumors circling around what that looks like, and as normal, things are up in the air, whether you're hearing it from reports, rumors, NFL experts, or Aaron Rodgers himself, right? He's gone from, I definitely want to come back next year, to we'll kind of have to see due to injuries piling up, to one of his latest comments being him renovating his home in Jersey, and so he would ideally expect a return. And then, of course, that any return for Aaron Rodgers will come down to how he feels over the course of the offseason. So as we're learning with him, we're going to be all over the place. But according to an NFL insider, in this case NFL Network's Ian Rappaport, the New York Jets may already be thinking about his return and having him serve in a bridge quarterback role. And we'll dive into some of the commentary here in a second here, but off the top of my head, I don't love this idea whatsoever. I know this is probably financially driven, because I don't think Woody Johnson loves the idea of paying out $35+ million in dead cap space for somebody who won't be on the roster and isn't tied to a front office position or something like that. But ultimately, when I think about Aaron Rodgers and everything that's gone wrong this year, his skill set doesn't align with whoever it is that we're looking to draft, right? If you wanted to pick somebody that's a pocket passer, if you want a dual quarterback, if you want somebody that's more run proficient and you need to develop the passing skill, etc., Aaron Rodgers hasn't shown that he has the same level of talent that he's had before. So the only tangible developmental boost that you're getting here with a guy like Aaron Rodgers is purely the amount of experience that he's had, he's seen, and that he can go out there and, much like we saw during not only this offseason, but what we were hearing last year as well, on effectively a drive-by-drive or even some cases a play-by-play scenario during the offseason, he's taking guys aside and he's walking them through, here's what you should have done, or here's what you should be looking for, etc. So the comment specifically, though, mentioned, my understanding is the Jets could and likely will still draft a young quarterback, whether or not Aaron Rodgers is on the roster. If they draft a young quarterback, they need a bridge starter. Essentially, that's what Rodgers is now. And again, if we're taking money and all of the politics and stuff out of this particular decision, I'm walking away from Aaron Rodgers. This is one of those situations where you don't want to continue to see what'll still be a future Hall of Famer go down in flames, because the physicality of the NFL and his ability to process and want to attack defenses don't sync up with his actual mental processing, right? So right now, you're looking at, it'd be like having a Ferrari engine in like a Honda Civic, right? It's not going to operate the same way no matter how it looks in there. So with that said, we've already kind of chatted about this, but Tyrod Taylor is effectively right now, we'll see what other quarterback options are out there in free agency in the draft, but he's my quintessential bridge quarterback right now. He's experienced. Not only has he been able to pick up some things from Aaron Rodgers this year, but he also walks into the Jets with his own bag of tricks. Outside, if you took injury out of the equation for Tyrod Taylor, I think you're inarguably talking about him as the top backup quarterback and potentially a mid to low end starter in the NFL. And for the New York Jets to have that sitting in the trenches just waiting for playing time is a huge boost for us, right? A guy that we don't really have to worry about contractually for next year is a huge plus, not only for the next coaching staff, but also for a guy like Jordan Travis to have some level of continuity among what's going to be changes, right? Him learning a new scheme, getting acclimated to a new coaching staff. Nobody's seen him for effectively an entire year with him being out on IR all this year. So it is what it is there. I do think we're setting up to have maybe one of the better again, on paper, we know what the New York Jets have been, no matter what, on paper looks like. But we're set up to have one of the more functional quarterback rooms in 2025. If you want to consider Tyrod Taylor as the starting quarterback, you have Jordan Travis, who at least has had time to develop all of the mental and preparation skills necessary to be in the NFL. We'll see if physically he has it. And then you're talking about potentially a top 10 quarterback pick to also tie into that room. And one of the names that's being thrown out a lot right now is, BYU's Drew Aller. So we'll leave that, probably a breakdown for another video, right? But let me know what you guys ultimately think. Is there any world where you're actually rolling with Aaron Rodgers in your QB room if you physically are, if the choice is in your hands, right? Or are you cutting the bait and maybe you're moving on from Tyrod Taylor too? But let me know what your quarterback plans in 2025 will potentially look like, and I'll catch you guys again. Peace.